Welcome to I Follow Stags. We're here at the One Call Stadium and specifically at a place that you don't yet know about. You've not yet seen, and that's because it's being renovated at this moment in time. This was behind us and where we're stood, the Sandy Pate Sports Bar. But as of Friday, it will be fully ready as the new Sandy's Bar and Kitchen. And masterminding this project is Tina Broughton, the Stags Operations Director. Tina, tell us a bit about why, firstly, this is happening.
We knew it was a cold environment and people wasn't really coming into our bar except for a match day. So we wanted to soften the whole bar and make it more of a family experience.
So talk to us about the design. It's a completely new feel and look in here.
Well, all I tried to do is make it a softer environment. So we're trying to come up with the times basically. And when you go to various places, you pinch snippets from various places. So I knew I wanted a brick wall. So I was lucky that I've got people behind the scenes that I can talk to. And without having things on paper, I can tell them exactly what I want. And they'll run with it and go with what I actually wanted.
Let's have a bit of a walk and talk then. Let's head over down here because this is where the bottle bar was on a match day, wasn't it? This area here.
Yes. This is now, it's going to be soft benches. I've brought individual tables, so if couples want to come and dine, they can do, but then if we have a big family want to come and dine to celebrate an anniversary or a birthday, we can also accommodate probably about 25 people in this area.
Okay.
Okay.
And then just behind us here are the booths. The booths were here last time. You've still got them. They are different.
They are. We've refurbed them. They're very popular on match day, so we wanted to keep these booths because we do table service at these booths. So the idea was, same again, to do some nice soft lighting. So if you want to come and dine as a couple or a family of 4 or 6, you can still do that here.
Will there be tables in here or is it as is?
No, there's going to be tables. It's all new furniture in here. In the whole bar there's new furniture, but I've separated different areas. So these are, they call them pyramid tables, so it's just 2 legs so people can get into them easy enough. And then in another area I've done wrought iron, and another area I've done block 4 leg tables.
So the screens were here, weren't they? The screens showing all sorts of sports channels and what have you. Will they be replaced?
No, they're not going to be replaced. We found that people, where we put the screens, it must be 5-6 years ago, people were actually looking through the booths. So it was almost like you were part of that conversation, which wasn't then very private. So what we've done is brought 60-inch screens all round the bar. So wherever you sit in the bar, you'll be able to see a TV.
Okay. Still the same amount of booths?
Yes. Yeah, exactly the same amount of booths. And what we've done is increase more booths by just separating with the wrought iron. So you can be open in the bar, but have like a private space to have a meal and a chat. And
this behind us, this lighting, this is a feature throughout the new bar and kitchen, isn't it? What
I've tried to do is I'm trying to soften it all the time. So I try to keep it a wrought iron rustic look. So wherever you look in the bar, it's going to be this type of design, but every light will dim or increase as the customer wants it.
Let's walk a bit further down here. And if we just spin round there, obviously it's not finished yet, but that used to be the centre stage, didn't it?
Yes.
What's heading there now?
What we're going to do is have, from the brickwork right the way to the door, is have one complete bench. So same again like we've changed the bottle bar, we're going to have individual tables of 2, so we can separate if couples want to come in, but then put them together if a family wants to come in.
And any changes to the bar itself?
Just a bit of an upgrade.
Have a bit of a walk round and then we can see that in the background on the camera perhaps. You were saying?
It's just a bit of a facial upgrade again. We're going to be, courtesy of Creative Steel actually, he's going to make me a wine holder to hold all the wine glasses and the beer glasses, so that should look really nice. And
as we look out down here, will these partitions at all, if I can describe them like that again, affect any sort of room or queuing on a match day? Because it's obviously the match day where it's most busiest. We
realise that this bar's very small, but 7 days a week we want people in here. So what we're going to do on a match day, the plans are going into the council. We're going to have a 350-seater marquee, and the whole of this car park is then going to become a fan zone.
When might that happen? Because that's major news.
Oh, fingers crossed, the start of the season. But if if we don't get the permission from the council, what we're hoping to do is put gazebos outside and have beer tents outside for the start of the season.
And any other, as we look round, any other little perhaps decorative pieces, etc., that you can tell us about or reveal?
Yes, over this last few weeks, stroke months, I've been collecting pictures of different sports people. What we want to do is have it as a sports bar, not just a football sports bar. So I've been trying to collect pictures over this term. And then what we're going to do is name each table. We're initially going to number the tables, but then we're going to name them. So whether it's Nico Levers or Rebecca Adlington, and what we'll have under the safety glass is a piece of information about that sports person.
Local sports people you've just named, will they all be local?
We're trying to do some local, but we're trying to do mostly British. We're going to do Paralympians as well. So we're trying to keep it as local as possible, but that's not always easier said than done, I suppose, isn't it?
And what about perhaps the main thing, if I can term it like that, within any bar and kitchen, restaurant, etc., the menu, the food? What could be different than what people have expected before when they've experienced a dining day, an afternoon, evening, whatever with us?
Colin, our head chef, has been working really, really hard with the costings of the food. So we have got a new menu. It has been costed properly. So we have got all the new ingredients or local ingredients. So it is going to be a new menu when we open on Saturday.
Any surprises, anything different that you can tell us as to what's on there? What can supporters/customers expect?
I think we're trying to keep with the times. I think he's gone down the route of a lot of tapas ingredients. He's changed the burger menus. I had a look with the menus with him the other day, and it looks quite exciting, yes. And he's also going to be doing weekly promotions as well.
What perhaps is the target audience, if you like?
It's not just once a fortnight on the pitch, is it? In your own team. It's all about bringing people into your bar. We're open 7 days a week, so it's all about bringing people into your bar, and we're trying to make it as family friendly as possible and soften the atmosphere. It's all about, do you want to bring your wife here? Yes, you do, and that's what we're trying to get at.
So in a nutshell, expanding on that answer, when people walk in here on Friday, when it's launched, what do you want them to feel? What's the impression, that summary impression that you want to create?
I want them to come back week after week after week after week. Let's go to Sundays. Let's go to Sundays. I've got a local bar in Notts where we live, and we always go back to that bar because they're doing it right. We need to get things right, and we understand we need to get things right.
And very finally, of course, a slight name change here. Why the slight name change from the Sandy Pate Sports Bar and Restaurant to Sandy's Bar and Kitchen?
It's all about trying to keep it as one word, isn't it? So let's go to Sandy's, let's go to Sandy Pate Sport Bar. It's sometimes hard work for people to remember, so let's go to Sandy's is a lot easier to remember.
What would you say to people viewing, not necessarily just Mansfield Town supporters, but people within the area and further afield?
Come and give us a try. You won't be disappointed.
Thanks, Tina. All the best.
Thank you.
Tina Broughton, the operations director here, ahead of the launch on Friday of this new bar, Sandy's Bar and Kitchen.